Well, recently, the entire Carolinas went through a period of great uncertainty. It was incredibly unsettling as we waited on Hurricane Florence to arrive, and it was not knowing that made it very, very worse.
Not knowing what may happen in the financial world can be unsettling, too. Here to help is Jim Heafner, president of Heafner Financial. He's a certified financial planner and is known as Carolina's retirement coach. Jim, good morning and welcome to Charlotte today.
Good morning.
How you doing? So how do we, because we just had a storm, how do we make sure that we are financially ready for some of the storms that come into our life? I mean, that was a big thing that really took everybody by surprise.
Yeah, and that's why storms tend to work, right? We're not
Yes, sir.
prepared for them. So let's talk about these storms one at a time. So the first storm that we all know about is death, right? So, we know that as a country we're living longer and longer. In fact, Time magazine says that the baby has been born who will live to be 142 years of age, 142. But we will not always all be so lucky as that, right?
That's right.
So we want to have life insurance just in case that we do die prematurely. So, there's all kinds of life insurance. But really, and there's certain uses for certain types. So it's important to have the right type. But when you die, anything is good.
Anything is good.
Anything is good. Whatever you have, if you die, then it's good. But it's important that you think about, well, if I'm leaving the planet tomorrow, the ones I care about, my family, those that depend upon me, how will they be? How will I leave them? We all want to, I think, leave those who we love and care about well off. And we want to make sure that we're doing the most we can with our wealth to enjoy life and then pass on the most we can to those people. And life insurance is a great tool if designed right for that purpose.
Yeah, we can all imagine, Jim, what would happen if we left our families without life insurance. What's another storm, though, so to speak, that we should prepare for?
Well, disability it can be devastating physically and financially. Now, there's a 1 in 4 chance, better than 1 in 4 chance that a 20-year-old will become disabled before retirement. Pretty amazing, isn't it?
That's pretty amazing.
Yes.
Now, most of us say, well, gosh, that doesn't apply to me because I don't work on a telephone pole. I don't work on a construction site. I don't play professional football. I work behind a desk. But the truth is, accidents don't account for most of disabilities. It's cancer, it's heart disease, it's other illnesses. So really, we're all vulnerable to that. So you have to say, well, what happens if I become disabled to my family and my income? We want to have disability insurance to provide that income in case I can't work any longer.
So what's another way that we can protect ourselves to ensure our financial future that you're just talking about?
Well, one thing that we don't talk about very much is asset protection. So we're all at risk to a lawsuit or a creditor claim. So someone falls on your property, hurts themselves, or you run a red light and you hit a car and you hurt or kill that driver. Well, if that's a young doctor, attorney, CEO, athlete who's making a lot of money, they're going to sue you for all you're worth. They can garnish your wages. They can claim for everything that you have. So it's important to have some solution in place. And they're really simple solutions that cost very little to protect your wealth. But not to have that in place is really kind of irresponsible.
So what about health costs?
Well,
health costs as we age.
Yeah, we know healthcare costs are rising rapidly. But the biggest risk for most of us aren't just medical or health costs, but long-term care costs. Now, long-term care really is custodial. It's the room and the board. It's the caregivers, which is not covered by Medicare and medical insurance. So we need to have some other plan that takes care of those big bills, and that's $50,000 a year, $100,000+ a year for that kind of care. So we have to have something in place for that. Now, one way is to buy long-term care insurance, and that may be a good solution, but we've seen a lot of problems with long-term care policies, increasing premiums. It's a one-function use or lose it kind of tool. I'm kind of fond of the multi-use, the Swiss Army knife, the multi-tools, right? So you can buy life insurance that provides that death benefit in case you pass away prematurely, or use that same death benefit for your long-term care costs. Or if life goes great, you just grow that money, compounded, tax-free, pulled out tax-free, enjoy it for retirement. It can be a great retirement plan.
Sounds good.
I like the Swiss Army knife part.
Yeah, I like that too. That makes a lot of sense. If you'd like to learn what you should do to protect your wealth, call the team at Heafner Financial. The first 5 callers will receive a complimentary, no-obligation financial review. The number 704-552-1230. 704 552-1230 or go online to you'lljustknow.com, you'lljustknow.com. Jim Heafner, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right,